Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jackson's Math Notebook. Today, we're going to solve a two-step inequality and a multi-step inequality, and our two examples are right here, in which we have 3 is less than or equal to 5 minus 2x, and 4 times a quantity of x plus 3 greater than a negative 24. Now let's go on to our first example in which we're going to subtract a 5 from both sides. And the reason why we're going to subtract the 5 from both sides, because we want to get numbers on one side and the variable on the other side. And the best way to do that in this case is to subtract 5 from a positive 5, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And when we do that, we will have a negative 2 over here, less than or equal to a negative 2x. Okay, and so now that we have our numbers on one side and our variable on the other side, let us divide by the number that is next to the variable x, and that is negative 2. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side, and we're going to divide that other side by a negative 2 as well. Okay, now here's what's going to happen. When we divide by a negative number, it actually switches the inequality, so our inequality sign is going to go into this direction. Okay, and so now we have x is less than or equal to 1 because a negative divided by a negative will give us a positive number. And when the numerator and the denominator are the same, the answer will always be 1. And so in this case, we have 1 is greater than or equal to x, or we could rewrite it this way as saying that x is less than or equal to 1, indicating that x could be 1, or x could be any number that is to the left of 1, as indicated right here in the inequality when we draw a shaded circle above the 1 and then drawing an arrow to the left of 1. And so that's how we solve our first problem. Let's go on to our second problem. And this second problem involves distributive property, meaning that we're going to have to distribute this 4 to this x, and then distribute this 4 to this 3 before we proceed any further. And so with that in mind, 4 times x will give us 4x, and 4 times 3 will give us a positive 12. And then we can go ahead and finish it out and saying that this quantity right here, 4x plus 12, is greater than a negative 24. And now we have to get numbers on one side of the inequality and variables on the other side of the inequality. And we're going to do that by subtracting 12 from both sides. And now that we have done that, now we have 4x is greater than a negative 36. And now we can divide both sides by 4. And notice that we're not dividing by a negative number, we're dividing by a positive number. And when we do that, the inequality sign stays in the same direction. And so now 4 divided by 4, which just gives us x, and that will leave us x here. And a negative 36 divided by 4 would give us a negative 9. And so in this case, we know that x is greater than a negative 9, as indicated by the open circle and the arrow going to the right of negative 9, because x can be any number greater than negative 9. And you receive quite a bit of information. This would be a good time to pause the video if you like, or replay the video as many times you need to gain a deeper understanding of two-step and multi-step inequalities. But in the meantime, comment, share, like, and I repeat like, and subscribe to Jackson's Math Notebook for more content. Thank you and goodbye.